So hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So if you're sending out tons of resumes but getting zero responses, then your resume might be the culprit. So today I'm breaking down the five deadly, resume mistakes that are silently killing the job chances. So avoid this, and you might instantly stand out from the competition, and you might land into your dream job. So let's dive in and let's come to the mistakes. So there are so many mistakes that have been mentioned here, like lack of tailoring to spelling grammar errors, to following quantify achievements. So I will be discussing everything one by one. So let's start with the lack of tailoring. So lack of tailoring basically means that you will be unable to tailor out your resume based on the profiles. For example, you are using the same resume again and again for the application side. So a one size fits all resume doesn't work anyone anymore. Like you have to keep changing. Recruiters are nowadays instantly they can tell that yeah, you are sending the same copy pasting to all the jobs across multiple job applications. So how you can fix it? You can tailor your resume in each role by aligning your skills and experience with the job description. You can use the keywords from the job posting to get past ATS. ATS is basically application tracking system. It's AI-based system which used to score your resume on the basis of your how you have aligned, how you have used the strong verbs or impactful words or some key points or achievements, all these things and experiences also they see everything, and they give a score on the basis of your resume performance. So it's nowadays companies are using ATS to avoid manual checking because they cannot just manually they cannot check thousands and lakhs of applications, so that's why they use that. And mistake number one is that, and also you can see lack of focus because you might miss the focus and do the misprint in the alignments. So that can be one reason. And you might fail to highlight the specific skills and specific roles. For example, you are applying for data analyst role, so you have to highlight the relevant skills, for example SQL, Python, Power BI, etc. So similarly, simultaneously you have to do for other roles also, like SD means you have to focus more on DSA, React JS or Node.js. Depends on the what type of requirement is in the company. It won't work for everything, so yeah. And that's it. And yeah, lack of tailoring, as you can see, customizing your resume for each application, as I already mentioned, highlighting your relevant skill sets and experiences to be matched with the job description. So you can use the keywords as I already mentioned in the previous slide. So let's move. And spelling and grammar error is the second mistake, as you can see over here. Okay, yeah, spelling and grammar information. So it's the second mistake that you might be doing in your resume. So you should double check your grammar and all, so that you don't do these mistakes, because this one is a deal breaker. And uh, if you even a small spelling mistake can make you look careless and unprofessional. So don't do this type of mistakes because it costs a lot. And you can fix these things by using tools like Grammarly, even with the help of AI tools like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or other AI tools. Or you can also do the other thing, like double checking and reading, proofreading we call it. So you can just read the resume and try to figure out the grammatical mistake from your intelligence level, and that also you can do. So do these things, and errors can create a negative impression, as you can see on your screen. So try to avoid the errors because it will be a negative impression on your profile. So yeah, proofreading, as I already mentioned, you should double check and give a proofreading to before sending your resumes, so that you can edit if there is some errors. You can use the tools as Grammarly, as I mentioned already. And feedback, of course, you can ask a friend or a mentor to review. You can ask your seniors who are into those fields, who have experience in the particular field. For example, if you're applying for a particular field, you can connect with your seniors or mentors or someone like that, and then you can share your resume. Now I will have to share your thought, very important mistakes that might cost you a job. So which is overloading with information. Sometimes too much detailing also will not be that good impression. Try to make it in such a way that it will be only the information required, for example your skill set, experiences, and all the details like key points and all the things, and your a very good project. So overloading is sometimes, it's very unprofessional and kind of it looks messy, and it won't look good. So that is also one reason, because a resume is meant to be a highlight reel, not a biography. So don't try to detail it too much. If it is packed with unnecessary details, then the recruiters will lose interest at first sight only. So try to make it recruiter friendly, and not write too much in it. I mean, try to make it short as possible. Suggested size of the resume is 1 to 2 pages only for freshers, 0 to 3 years experience. I would suggest, or many professionals would have suggested, that 1 page is only a good resume. Especially if you are a fresher or 0 to 2 years of experience, try to keep it under 1 page only. And you can fix this type of things by, of course, by keeping it concise, sticking to relevant content only, like for example relevant experiences and skill sets. And ideally it should be 1 page, as I already mentioned. If you have too much of experiences, then you can keep it to 2 page as well. But I try to keep it in 1 page as per my understanding. And limit your resume, as I already mentioned, with 1 or 2 pages. Focus on relevant skills only, not everything, like going with everything at once. So, and use bullet points, the very important thing. Use of bullet points. So use bullet points in your resume for giving points. Write everything in points, not in a paragraph. For example, you have done some project, or if you have some experiences, try to break down into points and use bullets instead of writing it in a paragraph, because this looks professional and it creates a good impression to the recruiter. So that's it about this third information thing. And the fourth mistake that that you would be doing, and it might cost you a job, is ignoring the formatting. So its formatting is also very important for the profile, because it's the only thing which people see when they give a glance to the resume. So if your resume is cluttered too much, and it will be hard to read. And if it's too fancy also, it's an instant turn off for recruiter. So don't keep it too fancy, also don't keep it too much cluttered and lengthy kind of things. Also keep it clean, try to keep it very much concise and up to the point and professional. Use clear headings. You can use bullet points and an easy to read format only. Don't go for fancy kind of fonts and all, or use the normal fonts, and go for a standard font size like 12 or 14. So that's it you can do. And as mentioned over here, inconsistent font sizes, so don't keep inconsistent fonts, and keep it same for everything. And missing and text images disrupt the flow. If you are misaligning the text and images, so that's also going to impact. And lack of white space, you should keep enough white space in the paper. Don't overcrowd the resume, because it will look very dirty, and this will impact very bad on your resume, and recruiters might not get interest into that. So keep in mind all these things before sending your resumes to the HRs for the job. So this is the third important thing, which is ignoring fourth important thing, which is so you can clean it, you can improve it by keeping cleaner layout, adequate white space you can put, and organized sections you can do. You can also use action verbs and kind of many other things. So this is all about that. And fifth very important thing is that, as you can see on the screen, quantifying achievements. So if you are failing to quantify achievements, so this is also be a very bad impression, because you have to show your achievements that you have done. That's a big mistake that people do, is like instead of showcasing that what you achieve, or you start showcasing that you what you are responsible for. So that is going to add a negative impact. So try to show what you achieved. For example, you performed some project in your previous organization. So instead of writing that I developed this system, or and instead of that you can write implemented this algorithm, for example random forest algorithm, and achieved a 15% improvement in the reduction in the churn rate, for example, if you are doing a churn rate project. So this is the thing you can do. And uh, don't miss impact and so many things as you can see on the screen. Use metrics. You can use some metrics like numbers, 20% as I already mentioned, 15 20%, and you can highlight the achievement that you have done instead of duties. So don't try to highlight so much about your duties, that what you are doing. Try to highlight what you achieved in that organization. For example, you were able to for example, you won the best employee award. You can highlight that you were able to achieve some 20% improvement in the client retention or something like that. So you try to highlight all these things, and how you can improve it, that by using action for quantifiable results. For example, you can instead of saying I manage social media accounts, you can say increase engagement by 35% through targeted content strategy. So the numbers will the grab attention to of the recruiters. So try to give use the numbers in your resume and action verbs as well. So this creates a very good impression. Apart from these five, two more mistakes are there that I have added. So which is neglecting, first is neglecting contact information, and second is omitting relevant skills. So let's understand first neglecting contact information. So basically it means that if you're writing, for example, if you're writing a perfect resume but forgetting to add your contact details or email or mobile number, then how the recruiters will reach you, right? So what some people will do, they will make a very good resume, but they will forget to add their email address and phone number, etc. So it of course will create a bad impact on the resume, because the recruiters will not able to reach you even if your resumes are getting shortlisted. So try to not do these type of mistakes. Try to add your phone number as mentioned, email address also, and outdated information. For example, as you can see on your screens, your details created accurate. For example, whatever details you have mentioned, for example, number, email addresses. So double check it so that if it is correct or not. Make sure that you enter only correct information, because it might lead to big issues, like you might not get calls. So that also very important thing. That's why I thought to add these two things as well. And yeah, full name, current information, and professional email. Try to make a professional email. Don't write 123 at the gmail.com. Do it like for example, your name is Ayush or something like that. So you can write Ayush one at the gmail.com, or Ayush, if you are getting Ayush Kumar or something, at the gmail.com. That sounds very professional. So try to keep it like that, instead of keeping 123 at the gmail.com or 225 something. So these are things you can do. You can try to keep your full name instead of calling name or some kind of like that. So yeah, this is all about missing contact details. Now seventh very important mistakes that we should avoid is omitting relevant skills. So if you are omitting relevant skills, recruiters won't be able to reach you, because recruiters don't have the time to dig through your resume to find your relevant skills. So if you have written it somewhere side or like downside, so relevant, recruiters won't be able to find it. So try to keep it top or somewhere where it is visible, and highlight it, so that the first site should go to your skill sets. And try to keep the skills matching with the job descriptions that I already mentioned in my previous first point I mentioned. So that's it. And showcase your soft skill as well, like communication, teamwork skill, presentation skill, and collaborative skills. All these skills will add a value to your resume. So try adding these skills as well along with the technical skills, because this type of skills matters. Actually, this type of skills matter 70%, and 30% is a technical skill for some of the roles, not all. Not talking about developer role kind of, but if you are into business analyst or kind of that kind of roles, so your soft skills matters more than the hard skills or so-called technical skills. So technical proficiency also you should mention software tools, or you are proficient. For example, if you are proficient in Power BI, Tableau, or some kind of tools, so try mentioning it as well. Don't forget it. And you can fix these things by listing skills, adding a dedicated skill sections for that at the top of your resume. And you can mention some relevant skills like technical skill, and you can expertise also. You can mention like, okay, I know this much in that and that much in that. So this creates a very good impression to the recruiters. So this was all about the seven mistakes that you should avoid. And That's it. Conclusion, we can just give it that try to tailor your resume. I mean, try to customize your resume for each job application. Don't keep sending the same resume to the all the jobs for all the roles, because this is not going to help. And check for errors, of course, grammatical mistakes or any other mistakes or names should be added. Everything, be concise, limit the resume to 1 page. That's it, 1 or max 2 page, that's it. So this was all about the conclusion that I can give, and that's it. Thank you so much for your attention, because it requires too much effort to watch a 20 minutes video. So thank you so much for watching it completely if you have reached till here, and you can feel free to ask any question in the comment section. I would be happy to help. So that's it. And avoid these mistakes that I mentioned, and because these mistakes can drastically change your chances of getting into job. And avoiding these mistakes can increase your chances of landing into interviews. So follow this, and remember, your resume is your first impression, so make it count. That's it. Comment below if you have made any of these mistakes before, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to forge onwards to stay onwards in your career. And that's it from my end for today, and see you in the next video.